for an update on the coronavirus. Let's bring the chairman of critical care and COVID unit at United Memorial Medical Center in Houston, Dr. Joseph Varon, and business and market analyst Seth Denson. Good morning, gentlemen, on this Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Varon, so drug maker Pfizer saying it's seeing waning immunity of the vaccine, so it's ramping up efforts to develop a booster shot that they say will protect people from COVID variants. But the CDC says Americans don't need the booster shots just yet. What do you make of this mixed messaging?
Well, nothing unusual. I mean, we see this all the time. You know, the CDC is going to say something, the WHO is going to say something else. They still don't know. That's the truth. The fact is that, Pfizer is basing their decision on the basis of data coming from Israel right now, where the immunity has been shown to slowly drift down. The one problem that I see here is that Pfizer is trying to give us a third booster shot, which at the time you think about it, is not configured, to call it like that, specifically for the prevalent variants that we're having right now. So that's what I'm saying. So they're just giving you more of the same.
Do you think we need it? Do you think we'll need it?
I think we're going to need it sooner or later. But, but it has to be made based on the kind of variant that is prevalent at the time. That's what we're going to have to do it. And it's relatively easy to tweak the vaccine to do that. But right now, they would basically be giving you the same thing that they've been giving you before.
Yeah, interesting. Seth, Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, so he's in hot water for comments about President Joe Biden's controversial door-to-door vaccination program. Take a listen.
Perhaps we should point out that the federal government has had to spend trillions of dollars to try to keep Americans alive during this pandemic. So it is absolutely the government's business. It is taxpayers' business if we have to continue to spend money to try to keep people from contracting COVID and helping reopen the economy.
Oh, well, Seth, that's great that the government spent all this money, but how concerning is this?
Well, it's very concerning. It's almost Orwellian, actually, if you really think about it, and it's terrifying. And, he started to try to immediately walk that back after he said it. I mean, he said the government has a right. Then he tried to infuse the taxpayers. Well, guess what? It's the taxpayers' money, not the government's money. But under this same premise and this same mindset, does this now mean that bureaucrats in Washington need to know everything about every procedure done under Medicare or Medicaid? Or how about every dollar that was spent on unemployment benefits? We've spent billions on that. Does that mean that the bureaucrats in Washington now need to go to door to ask Americans, what did you spend that money on? It was our money. We need to know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a matter of, it's our privacy as well. So we're trying to figure out how this will play out if they start knocking door to door. Dr. Varon, parts of Australia, South Africa, and Asia, they've recently reintroduced curfews and other measures to curb the rising Delta variant outbreak. Could you see this possibly moving forward in the U.S.? Because we hear about the Delta variant, and then we hear about the next variant. We hear about all these other variants. Do you see this happening here?
Well, if we don't continue to vaccinate, if people are, as things are opening, people are saying, oh, nothing happens, I don't care. I mean, I think that is a possibility. I think that can happen. We are now having more than 25% of all the cases are due to the Delta variant. And the problem is more of an epidemiological problem because it spreads like wildfire. That is the problem with the Delta variant. I'm still not sure that it's more deadly, but I know it spreads much more than the original COVID.
Seth, global markets, they were shaky yesterday amid the fears of this Delta variant and, growth. Is this a warning sign to the American people that our economy, we're not out of the woods yet? Could we be, feeling the effects heading into the fall and winter?
We certainly could. And again, I would attribute that to two key things. The first being a significant amount of inconsistency from the federal government, right? We've got lockdowns. We've got the threat of lockdowns. You've got the government picking winners and losers consistently. But then you have this added factor of a massive amount of liquidity from the government into the market, and that has caused inflation. And so now the economy and those economists that are looking at it, investors are looking at this going, if the economy gets locked down again and we have all this money, inflation is going to be on a rise in a way that's going to create what's called stagflation, and that should be terrifying to any investor.
Yeah, that's good news. Thanks for the good news, Seth.
I know, right? Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, Seth, I just wanted to ask you one more question, too, because this really is a moneymaker for pharmaceuticals, right? So Pfizer says we need to do this booster, this third booster. I mean, I don't want to say that this is all about money for them, but they're making a lot of dough on this.
Well, they are. And again, be careful about me defending the pharmaceutical industry, but we needed them to step up and create a vaccine, and they did. So I'm a capitalist. You do that, you should make some money here. Nonetheless, I want to trust doctors. I don't want to trust bureaucrats, and quite frankly, I don't want to trust Pfizer. I want to trust my doctor. I want to trust Dr. Varon and those minds that are looking at this saying, this is necessary. This is what we should all do as Americans. We need to get off of social media and listening to that and listening to pundits and start listening to doctors. If doctors say it's a good thing, it's a good thing. Pfizer does it, Moderna does it. I'm okay with them making some money on it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Listen to Dr. Varon. All right. Seth Denson, Dr. Joseph Varon. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, gentlemen.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. Plenty more still to come up in Wake Up America. Stay with us. We'll be right back.